Okay, welcome back to lesson 3 of Andy's coding tutorials, Vue.js beginner tutorial. Okay, so if you watching from lesson 2, you'll know what we did here is we introduced the V model, okay, and we introduced the V if and V else. So that was conditional, so we can display data based on here. If there's no data in this input, then it displays please enter your name below, and if there is, well, then it says hello Andy. Okay, so that's pretty simple. If you aren't sure, if you had a bit of a problem with the last one, you can always go and check the GitHub in the link below, and you'll be able to link straight to the code from the this working version of the code in GitHub. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions or anything, just make sure you post them below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay, so what we want to do now is, if we skip back to that tutorial again, right? So we just sort of took a bit of a detour, but we're at conditionals and loops. Okay, so what we did is we did this V model, but we also did conditionals as well at the same time. So we've already done the conditionals. We've done V if. We've done V if that displays data if something is, in this case, it's a Boolean value. So that would be true and it would display the data there. But we covered that. We did it a little bit differently. We did vModel and VF at the same time. But you know, we're doing practical examples so that it's easy to understand, that you can work through. Okay, so what I want to do in the next one is I want to make a list. Okay, a list of items. And we can do that because that's really useful. Say you have you want to have a list of names, okay? And we want to display that list of names. Well, instead of writing each name individually, what we can do is we can just have Vue automatically generate a list for us, like they've done here. Okay, down this bottom, this is the display output here. Okay, so they've done a list of learn JavaScript and learn Vue and that. But what I'll do is we'll do a list of names. Okay, so we'll work on that, but we'll do something a little bit different so that you can compare the answers. Okay, so what we want to do is here is let's get rid of these ones from here. Let's get rid of the input as well. We won't use that for now, and let's get rid of this data. Okay. Okay, so we're basically back to the start. Nothing. If we load this in the browser, we're going to get nothing. Okay, so there's nothing. All right, so that's where we're at now. Okay, so what we need to do is first thing we need to do is make an array of names. Okay, that's pretty simple. Alright, so let's make names. Let's call it names. And instead of putting it in a string like this, the names, let's put it in an array like that. Okay, so whoops, we actually want square brackets for this one. Okay, so what we want to do is we'll say Andy, Bob, Sarah, and one more, it's John. Okay, there we go, that'll do, just 4 random names. Okay, so that we've got them in an array now. Okay, so how do we display them? What we'll do here is we'll go into our div ID app, because you know that's where Vue's looking for what it has to do with stuff. If you put it outside of here, it won't work, because Vue only operates inside that div you've specified here. It won't go, if I put a div here like this, well, and I try and display a list in there, Vue won't pick it up because it's only working from this one. Okay, that's the top element, and anything below that, Vue will go, okay, I need to work with that. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll display a list. So in HTML, to display a list, we do UL. That's unordered list. Okay, so that just puts a dot next to the list on the left side. It doesn't. It's not numerical. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to go, okay, let's make a list item. All right. So there we've just got our list item tag, and what we'll do is we'll say v4. So Vue, basically you put everything in the attributes here, and they usually start with v dash something. Okay. So let's remember that for now. So they usually start with a v dash, but there will be others later that don't. Shorthand and things like that, but let's remember v dash and then that's where Vue knows, okay, I need to action that. Compared to like a class equals test, well, that's not a Vue thing, so Vue won't action that. Okay, but Vue will action this v4 because it's got it's a special Vue Vue attribute. Okay. All right, so v4. So we've got names. Okay, names. So we need to work that in somewhere. So what we'll do, so for v4, each name in names. Now that's all you have to type. v4 name in names. So you want to get each name. This is a name in here from names. Now you can call that anything. You can call each item in names. You can call it. It's just that Vue will give, when Vue's going through the list of names here, you have to make sure that names is correct. That has to match. But this can be anything. Okay, so let's do name just for the sake of it, because it makes sense. So Vue's going to go, that's a name, and that's a name. Okay, so now we know what we have to do here. We put our curly braces there, and we just go name, and let's so we'll save that, and you know, the lint has run again, so it's made it look good. Okay, so now what do you think we're going to expect to see? Alright, let's load that up in the browser. And now, if you look at that, we've got Andy, Bob, Sarah, John listed there in an unordered list, sorry, here. And all we've done is put one unordered list tag and one list item tag, and we've got Vue to go, hey, Vue, go to that list of names and list every one of them out. And that's all we've done. And now if you have hundreds of names there, maybe you pull it from a database or something like that, well, Vue will just go, okay, I'm just going to display that. And that really cuts down the time, so it becomes dynamic now. Okay, so what we've done here is we've just taken an array and we're just displaying in a list. But that's not overly interesting, is it? It's kind of, it doesn't really, you know, we want to probably manipulate that list somehow. So what we'll do is we'll do that in the next tutorial. Okay, so in the next one I'm gonna teach you how to manipulate this list. Okay, so stay tuned for that one. As usual, this code is in the Git, and I'll link that below. Okay, thank you.